presenting the court case of Enron and Anderson versus the United States.
Enron was founded in 1930 and it was made into a public company. It had over 25,000 employees, made over $10 billion in revenue, and filed for bankruptcy in 2001. On the other hand, we got Anderson Company. It was founded by Anderson while he was living in college at the age of 28. The company had over 85,000 employees and made over $9 billion in revenue. The company filed for bankruptcy in 2001.
Calling the first witness to the case.
The major locations in the Enron and Anderson case are Enron's HQ in Houston, Texas, Arthur Anderson's office in Houston, Texas, and the National House and Senate buildings on Capitol Hill. Kenneth Lay was Enron's CEO from 1985 to 2001. Lay allegedly played major roles in the bankruptcy but did not have a direct impact on the financial reporting and auditing issues. Andrew Fatso was Enron's CFO. Fatso created special purpose entities that permitted accounting deceptions. Sharon Watkins played a major role as the so-called whistleblower, who helped in starting the downfall. David Duncan was a partner in the Houston office of Anderson. He headed the Enron audit and allegedly started the orchestrating of the document shredding campaigns. Joseph Bernardio was the partner and CEO of Anderson. He tried to defend his audit of Enron rather than admitting the failures and accepting the consequences.
Calling the first informant to the case.
Enron's business started approximately in the 1970s. From there, it only took 3 years to rise from $20 per share to $40 per share. This abrupt explosion on the price per share made the people want to buy the stock more and more. Even if you were not a regular investor, odds are you would have bought it too. You could compare it with today's Apple's or Google stock. In result to this, the stock price responded in an even larger increase, going from 40 in the second quarter of 99 to over 80, only in 1 year. And just like that, in 2001, the stock started falling after Skilling's resignation. It dropped from 80 to 60 in only 1 quarter. After Enron's Pandora box opened up, the stock went to nothing in a matter of months.
Calling the first prosecutor of the United States.
As the company began, so did the principal agent problems. The company hired financial market speculators to hedge the risk of the current company's operations. This being a big risk when it failed, the company had great losses and debt. To hide it, the company began to use a mark-to-market accounting system in which they would be able to project the company's future earnings as current income, as well as using SPEs, special purpose entities, in which the company would branch out the main company's debt into other smaller companies. But how would a company losing so much money would stay afloat, you would ask? Andrew Fastow, chief financial officer of the company, developed special lending packages in which he would keep off the books the money needed to keep the company afloat. But everything had to come to a close. In 2001, the company went bankrupt, and the company had to let go about 21,000 employees with an average severance pay of $4,500. Keep in mind, these employees and past employees as well lost all of their retirement funds. But most impressively is that the company's main officers cashed out about $116 million in bonuses in stocks and were paid bonuses averaging $55 million.
Calling the attorney for Enron and Anderson.
Many positive things came from this case. The American Institute of Certified Public Accountants decided to revise their statements on auditing. Because Anderson decided to shred legal documents, Statement 96 was added. Statement 96 requires all information to be recorded electronically. Also, Statement 99 was added. Statement 99 ensures the roles of the auditors. They have the responsibility to catch fraud and report any error to protect the public's money. Another change was added. The separation of accounting and auditing services allowed more room for each group to focus, thus allowing more room for double checking so everything is accurate. Also, President Bush even passed his post-Enron plan. This plan implemented many rewards and also punishments, which improved the workmanship of many employees. And lastly, the Sarbanes-Oxley Act was passed by Congress, and this act ensured that all information was recorded and saved.
Calling a witness to the case.
The American energy company Enron left an indelible mark on business history. Under Anderson and Enron, two names that will forever live in infamy because of the events leading up when Enron filed for bankruptcy. The fact that Anderson had destroyed not dozens but thousands of documents and emails suggests they could have something big to hide. These two companies in the utility and accounting industries around the world took advantage of not only the investors but also the government and public, just so that those individuals involved could illegally increase in their personal wealth.
There are many economic impacts associated with Enron and Anderson cases, the most important ones being associated with accounting, specifically in the United States. After the scandal, there was a change in supervision in the accounting field from the Public Oversight Board to the Financial Accounting Standards Board, which was created by Congress and enforced that corporations move their billions of dollars from off-sheet entities to on-sheet entities. Congress also made that CFOs and CEOs take financial reporting courses to protect the assets of the companies. Also, banks and financial institutions suffered losses, especially in the energy sector, where almost $200 billion were lost. The damage to these banks and financial institutions had impacts not only on corporations, but on individuals and overall the whole economy as well.